you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to show you how I made this adorable Dollar Tree Easter Deco mesh wreath. I had so much fun making this wreath and I think it turned out great. So if you're interested in seeing how I made this wreath, please stay tuned and keep watching. Alright, so what you're going to need for this wreath is a wreath form from the Dollar Tree, 2 pink Deco mesh, 2 blues, and then 2 yellows. For this wreath, you won't be using all of the rolls. You'll be using about 1.5 of each color. I'll also be using these eggs and some ribbon. You can either use pink or purple. I actually will not be using all 4 of those, and you will see later why. And then I also picked up some Chanel stems or pipe cleaners. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Deco mesh and I'm just going to measure out 6 inches. You could do 8, but I always try to use as little as possible and still have a wreath that looks really good. So right now I'm just going to show you how I'm going to make my bundles. Basically I'm just going to take the blue, the pink, and the white, and I'm just going to cut into 6-inch strips. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll them up. So with the blue, I'm going to roll it up and stick it in between my fingers. The pink, I'm just going to roll up and stick that in there, and then also the white. Now, the reason I got so much ribbon is because I thought about putting ribbon in all of my bundles, but I decided later that I didn't need to, but it's personal choice. If you wanted to put ribbon in all of your bundles, you'll probably need 2 packages of ribbon and not 4. I decided to do every other bundle with ribbon, so I only needed 1 roll. And what I'm going to do with the ribbon is I'm just going to cut that also into 6-inch strips. And just to save time, I just went ahead and cut the whole roll into 6-inch strips. And then just to give you an idea here, I am going to dovetail the ends of my ribbon. So now I'm going to make a bundle with the ribbon. Again, you just want to roll it up. And I went blue, pink, white, but I mean, you can do whatever colors you would like. And then with that ribbon, I'm just going to place that in there and then tie it up with one of these pipe cleaners. Now, I liked the pink, the blue, and the white, and I was hoping that when the bundles were put on the wreath, it would kind of have that purple effect. That's why I chose the purple ribbon. I really think it all looks very well together. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to place my bundles on the wreath form, and I'm just going to stick them down in the wreath form, and I'm just going to wrap them around the 2 middle wires. And for this wreath, I'm just going to do every other bundle. So one bundle is going to have the purple ribbon, one bundle isn't. And then just go with that pattern all the way around. So I'm going to cut up all of my Deco mesh and all of my ribbon, and I'll show you. So now that I have all of my ribbon cut, and let me tell you, so this is what I decided to do. So basically, in between each section, I'm going to use 6 bundles. So I knew that I was going to need 36 strips of blue, 36 strips of white, and then 36 strips of pink, sorry. And so that's about as much ribbon as I had left over. So again, you're not going to use all of the ribbon. But now I have all of my strips cut. Now I'm just, like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and cut my roll of ribbon. I did have some extra ribbon, so I didn't necessarily need to cut all of the roll, but if you were going to do every other bundle with ribbon, you would cut the 36 in half. So you would only need 18 strips of the ribbon cut. But again, if you wanted to add ribbon to all of your bundles, you would need 36. And I'm hoping that makes sense. I'm trying to explain this in the best way possible. So I decided not to even use this ribbon, so I'm just going to save that for a later project. And now I'm just going to start making my bundles. But first, I need to dovetail all of this ribbon. And basically what I like to do is either do it in 2s or 3s. It saves some time. And for whatever reason, this ribbon wasn't great. Like the wire kept coming out of the sides, so it was a little hard to work with. And I also got a bad bag of the white mesh as well. But it still all worked out in the end. So now that all of my ribbon is dovetailed, I went ahead and I just cut my pipe cleaners in half. There's no sense in wasting pipe cleaners, so I just cut mine in half just to save a little bit of pipe cleaners, maybe for a different project. So let me show you again how I'm going to make my bundles. Just roll that up. And then again with the pink, roll that up, just place it in there, and that's how I hold mine. I know they do have tools that you can just place your ribbon in that holds it for you. Fortunately, I don't have anything like that, so I just use my fingers. All right, now I'm going to place my ribbon in there, and that's going to be a bundle. And again, you can use any colors you would like, any color of Deco mesh or any color of ribbon. I just really liked the way that these colors looked, and I thought it actually turned out beautifully. So one bundle is going to have ribbon. This next bundle is not going to have ribbon, and I'm just going to do every other bundle. And then once I have all my bundles made, we'll start putting it on the wreath. Okay, so now I have all of my bundles here. And as you can see, I've already started to put my bundles on the wreath. And again, you're going to need 6 per section. But for whatever reason, whenever I start my wreaths, it seems like I always need one more. So my first one, I actually used 7. So I just hurried and made another quick bundle. It wasn't a big deal at all. But for the rest of the sections, I am going to only be using 6 bundles. So basically, I'm just going to use one bundle. I'm going to start with one bundle without a ribbon, and then put one with a ribbon, and then just keep going every other until all of my wreath is filled. And again, you just want to stick that pipe cleaner and wrap it around the 2 middle wires of the wreath. All right, now my wreath is almost filled. I just need to add this last bundle here. And this is what it looks like. You can go ahead and fluff it up, readjust, and this is how it turned out. I absolutely love it. I love the splashes of purple in it, and I love how the blue and pink kind of play off each other to give it a purple iridescent look. It probably looks a lot different on camera, but it's really, really pretty in person. Again, I love it. This is a sign that I picked up from Dollartree. It's new at the Dollartree, and I seen these and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. It is a little big for this size of wreath form. However, it still works. And I think the colors of this sign are very well matched with the colors of my ribbon. So I just thought it was perfect. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some pipe cleaners and I am just going to hot glue them to the back of the egg sign. You could probably get away with only hot gluing on 2, but I decided to put 3 on the back. And I always use a lot of hot glue for this because I don't want them to come off and I don't want my sign to not be secure on my wreath. So now basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to place that down there, and I'm just going to stick the pipe cleaners through any opening of the ribbon or the Deco mesh. And once I have those pipe cleaners down inside the wreath, I'm just going to flip it over and I'm going to pull those up and I'm going to tighten them as tight as I can, being careful not to pull them off of the sign. And once I had the two top ones in place, I just went ahead and did the same thing to the bottom, sticking those through the wreath anywhere that I could and just wrapping them around any wire that I could. And this is what it looks like. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, I did end up trimming the pipe cleaners down. And now that my sign is on, I'm just going to take, like I said, trim those pipe cleaners down. And then feel free to fluff your ribbon any way that you would like. Like I said, this sign was a little bit big for this wreath, but I just tried to pull out as much of that mesh from underneath the wreath to give it more of a full look. Now what I'm going to do to hide that hole in the top of my sign where the original hanger was, I'm just going to make a burlap ribbon out of this pink burlap ribbon I got from Dollartree. And I'm going to make a bow. Sorry, not a ribbon. I'm not going to make a ribbon. I'm going to make a bow out of the ribbon. I'm just going to fold it on top of each other 3 times. Actually, it's 4 times. Let me correct myself. That is 4 times, and then I'm just going to cut. And then I'm going to go ahead and pinch it in the middle. So basically you're going to have 4 layers to work with, but you actually wrap it twice to have 4 layers. And I hope that makes sense, but I tried to slow it down so you guys could see what I was doing. It's a very simple bow. Now I'm just going to take a pipe cleaner and I'm going to twist the bow to hold it in place, cut that down. And there you have a cute little adorable burlap bow. And I'm going to hot glue that to the top of the sign to cover that hole. Now you could leave your wreath just like this, but I decided it needed a little bit more, something extra, and a couple more pops of color, so I just took these cute little eggs that I got from Dollartree. These are the eggs that you can hang on trees or sticks, and I'm just going to cut off all of the ribbon to the eggs, and I'm going to hot glue the eggs throughout my wreath. Now I thought these colors were perfect because the pink goes well with the Deco mesh, the blue goes well with the Deco mesh, and then the green eggs match that part of the sign that says welcome. So I think all of these colors flow really well together. And I absolutely love how pretty it looks. I was questioning whether I wanted to use the orange and the yellow eggs because it didn't really match my sign, but then I decided to throw them in there at the end because it just gave it a little bit of pop of color, and that's what Easter and spring is all about. So this is how it turned out, you guys. I hope that you like this video. I loved making this wreath. Make sure when you're done you go ahead and give your Deco mesh a haircut and trim up some of those frayed edges. But overall, this is how it turned out. I absolutely adore it. I love the colors, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and it was helpful to you. Let me know if you guys decide to make your own wreath. You can tag me on Instagram. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!